Hey guys, it's Christy and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to be ranking every product I own from Makeup by Mario. So before we get into it, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's get into it. So I own 13 products from Makeup by Mario, and I have tried out most of his line. There are still some products here and there that I haven't tried, but I thought we would rank what I have today. So coming in at number 13 is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector. I have the shade Light, and this one is at the very bottom because first of all, it's hard to open, but the product itself I think was maybe good in theory, but this has a matte bronzer, a highlight right in the middle, and then a translucent powder. I think if you kind of swirl everything together and use it to set the skin enhancer, it can be pretty, but I just think that no matter what I do with this, it ends up being super glowy and highlighty because of that highlight that's right in the middle that you can't get around because everything is just kind of in there together. I cannot figure out how to make this work in a way that looks good on my skin. I just really don't enjoy it because no matter what I do, that highlight is always there, and it's too deep for me to use as just a regular highlight, and I don't really love a glowy bronzer, and the translucent powder that area is so small, I just don't know what to do with this. So for that reason, the Skin Perfector is number 13. Coming in at number 12 is the Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick, also in the shade Light. This is not a bad product. I just want to be very clear about that. It's not a bad product. What I don't like about this is it takes me forever to blend, regardless of whether I apply directly to the skin or I take it with a brush. It just takes forever to blend, and I have no patience. So for that reason, this one is ranking lower. I will say the fact that it is harder to blend, it's actually super long wearing on the skin. It really does last all day, and it really does shape the face very beautifully. It's just I have no patience. So this one is number 12. For that reason, it's not at all a bad product. I just don't like products that take too long to blend. So from this point on, these are all good products. It's just I had to be really nitpicky in order to rank everything. So coming in at number 11 is the Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum, and this is fine. It does have a slight plumping effect to it. I do have the shade Bare Glow. I do think this gives a really pretty shine to the lips. What I don't like is the component. I don't like that you twist it up and it doesn't go back down. It just gets really messy, and when you put it on the lips, it just sort of instantly melts, which is really nice, except for the fact that you can't roll it back down. So everything just ends up getting really messy. I have cleaned mine up because I can't stand the mess, but for that reason, this one is number 11. It's not a bad product. I just don't really like the packaging. Coming in at number 10 is the counterpart to the Skin Perfector, and this is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. I also have this one in the shade Light, and I actually really do like this. So this one is more of a cream bronzer, but a super sheer cream bronzer, and it's really nice. It does look beautiful on a very light makeup day. Maybe you're doing a no makeup day, it looks beautiful. Or if you don't even have foundation on, it's beautiful. It is very sheer, but it looks great in those circumstances. And for that reason, I think this is a great product. I really do. It's just that I really prefer more of a full glam moment. I don't do a ton of that no makeup kind of look. So for that reason, I am ranking this one a little bit lower. It's still a really great product, and I'm still going to get a lot of use out of it. It's just ranking lower because I just prefer more of a full glam type of moment. Coming in at number 9 is the Soft Pop Powder Blush, and I have the shade Poppy Pink. So this is pretty. It's very smooth. It looks so pretty on the skin. I really am interested in picking up one of the more neutral shades. I did pick up this one because it adds to my collection, but I do think that I would like it more if I had it in some more neutral shades. I will say this is a very pigmented blush, so it's easy to go overboard with it, and just because it's so vibrant, I probably don't use it as much as I otherwise would if it was a more neutral option, which I knew it was just bad purchasing on my part. So I think this is a great formula. There's nothing wrong with it. I think they're a little expensive, especially considering these blushes are actually kind of small. Again, they're the same size as the bronzer, but when you compare size-wise, it's pretty different. So there is that, but I think it's a great formula. Coming in at number 8 is the Ultra Suede Sculpting Lip Pencil, and I have the shade Daniel. I like these. I really do. I think they're quite long wearing. I think they're really, really nice. These also come with a brush on the end, which I also think is very, very convenient for either cleaning up the lines or just kind of melding everything together. I think this is a great lip liner formula. I don't have a problem with it at all. I just have some formulas that I reach for a little bit more. Coming in at number 7 is the Ultra Suede lipstick, and I have the shade Rasa. I do like this lipstick formula. I love the packaging. I think this is super, super nice. The shade Rasa is a really pretty peachy pink. It's very flattering, but it is a more suede type of formula, so it will enhance any dryness on the lips, and you do want to make sure your lips are very hydrated. It is a more matte lipstick, but I do think it's a great formula. I really enjoy it. I would definitely consider purchasing more shades from this range. I think he's done a great job with these. Coming in at number 6 is the Master Pigment Pro eyeliner pencil in the shade The Perfect Brown. I know this has been out of stock for the longest time. That's why I've kind of been babying mine a little bit. I use this to tightline my upper waterline, and this pencil is so interesting. It does come with a brush on this end. You're supposed to be able to use it to kind of smudge out the liner. It has never worked for me in that capacity. I will say when you put on this liner, you do have a couple seconds where it is very, very creamy, but then it dries down and that's it, which is why I love it so much on the waterline, because it does not transfer down. That being said, when I put this on my waterline, I kind of have to keep my eyes open for about a minute. Otherwise, if I blink, it does transfer down. But if I can avoid that and I can just wait out the minute, it will not transfer after that. So once it dries down, it is so good. It really lasts all day in the waterline. I'm so impressed. I've never had a pencil liner last that long. I genuinely thought that those were not a thing. So I'm very impressed with this, and the Perfect Brown is so flattering. It is dark enough that it almost looks like a black, but it does not have any of the harshness of the black. So I love this eyeliner pencil. I think he's done such a great job with these. I really hope he restocks them soon, because I think everybody should have these. Coming in at number 5 is the Soft Sculpt Bronzer. And again, I have the shade Light. I love this bronzer. This is a beautiful, beautiful matte bronzer. It is so flattering. It's not too pigmented. It's not orange. It's a beautiful neutral shade. It is such a great matte bronzer. This one's on par with my Physicians Formula, with my OYS. It's just a really, really great matte bronzer. I think he did such a good job with this formula. So this one is number 5. I love this one. Coming in at number 4 is actually the Master Matte's Brightening Pencil, and I have the shade Light 1. So I think this came out with his first round of products. This is also one that's been sold out for a while. I have this in my lower waterline because it is the most perfect nude. If you just go in and just lightly line the lower waterline, this looks so natural. It's the perfect nude shade. I love this one, and I don't really talk about it because it's been sold out for so long, and I don't really talk about eyeliner much, but this pencil is such a love of mine. I tend to keep my lower lash line very bare because I don't want anything to drag my face down, but I do sometimes need a little bit of brightness, and that's where this comes in. So I love, love, love this pencil. If you can get your hands on this brightener, I would highly recommend. Coming in at number 3 is a much newer release, and this is the Surreal Skin Foundation. So I have a full wear test of this product, but I love, love, love this foundation. I love the way it looks on the skin. I love the way it lasts throughout the day. I just love the effect on my skin. I think this is such a great foundation for drier skin. It just has such a beautiful, beautiful radiance. It's never given me a hard time. It doesn't tend to cling to my dry patches. It's just a great foundation. The component of this is beautiful. I will say this always seems to want to loosen up. I think that might be a flaw with the packaging, but this always just seems to kind of loosen up on me, and I'm always trying to, I always have to tighten it up. I will say that's just a packaging issue, but I am dying for him to come out with a concealer, because if this is any indication of how good that's going to be, it's going to be so good. I almost put this one in league with my NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. That's how much I like this one. I love it. It is such a beautiful medium coverage, illuminating foundation. It's perfect. It's everything I want. Coming in at number 2 is unfortunately a limited edition product, but this would not be a true honest ranking if I didn't mention it, and that is the Ethereal Eyes eyeshadow palette. I love this so much. I didn't try any of his first few eyeshadow palettes, but this one, it's so good. It is the most basic color story, but there's something so beautiful about it. The shimmer shades are so beautiful. They're so sparkly. They really do give you that ethereal effect on the eyes. I think they're absolutely stunning. I don't think you can get too deep, but for me personally, that's not a bad thing. I don't love super deep, dark looks on the eyes. So for me, this is just, if I had created a perfect eyeshadow palette, I imagine it would look something like this. So I've just been loving this. I think the formula is great. The mattes are so blendable and easy to work with. And again, those shimmers are so sparkly. And coming in at number 1 is a product I hear absolutely nothing about online. And I don't know why, because it is definitely my favorite from the entire brand. And this is the Ultra Suede Cozy Lip Cream. I have the shade Almost Bare. I don't remember exactly when these came out, but this is actually what I have on my lips today. And I love it so much. This is a liquid lipstick, but everything you need to know is right in the name. It is a suede dry down. It feels so cozy. It doesn't feel like I've got a super dry liquid lipstick. It feels like I almost forget that I have anything on my lips because it is so comfortable, but because it is more of that liquid lipstick type formula, it is super long wearing, but it doesn't seem to dry me out. It just feels so good. I love the way it looks, and I love that suede feel. I love the way it looks on the lips. I love everything about this. I don't know why I don't hear anyone talk about these. I don't think you can get them at Sephora anymore. I think they're only on his website, but this is definitely by far one of my favorite lip products in my entire collection, and I don't hear anybody talk about these, but these are good. So that is it for me today. Let me know down below, what are your favorite products from Makeup by Mario? Are there any that I haven't tried and that I really should? Let me know. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. I do upload at least 3 new videos every single week. And that is it for me today. Thank you again so very much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!